Early one morning in the beginning of August, I went out to get Spice Girl ready for an early morning mission, about 4 a.m. I looked over and I could see the rest of my squad, the guys from my bee hut, on Mr. Black, doing the same thing, getting it ready. It was a wet morning. It had been raining and misting all night. Climbing around the vehicles was starting to get difficult. I was on the roof of Spice Girl, put the Mark 19 in, and when I went to step down, I misstepped and fell into the bed of the truck. I landed on a ladder, messing up my back and my shoulder. I would get pulled off the mission and given light duty for a few weeks. I was going to be okay, but I was hurt. Specialist Caldwell took my place that day on Spice Girl. Luckily, after getting out of sick bay, getting patched up and sent back to the bee hut, I was sitting around, had some Ultram and Flexeril they had prescribed me and an anti-inflammatory shot. I was pretty relaxed. It's kind of high. And then I got to thinking, I'd gotten a big fight with Schillenberg weeks before over the music. It was loud. They were listening to really loud music. These guys were young. My bee hut roommates, they're all young. They're loud. Bothered me sometimes, but we had got into it pretty heated. And I got to thinking, laying in my bunk, it's finally going to be some peace and quiet around here. And then I heard the door fling open and the sound of boots running around inside the bee hut. Who was in here? I hobbled my way up to my door. My squad leader was frantically trying to get into other rooms. And he looked at me and said something bad had happened. Mr. Black was in a rollover. Spice Girl was the first one to respond. That night, 3 of the 7 people from my bee hut didn't return. I drank my coffee alone the next morning, but I stayed awake all night. The sound of silence is deafening.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people